to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Agenda approved.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Abstain.
Motion approved. Communication.
I've been working out of the lake. They've been starting cleaning up the trash, or their collection of materials since 1962. That's the best way to describe it. So I got started this week, fielded some phone calls about some letters went out.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Did you see my explainer on it?
Mhm, I used
How to-
that.
Yeah, how to actually figure
that
it.
was better after I gave them that. So
Yeah,
it seemed like it anyway.
yeah.
But yeah, other than that. So
I should probably do something on the paper about that.
That's a bad idea.
If I got it to you today, would it be okay for next week before all of these public hearings? Because everyone else has to have their public hearings. I think they're coming up here, so.
Do the cities have to do this too? Why don't I get a letter from the city?
You should have a letter of all that.
What?
It's all in the
Oh, I'm saying
Yeah.
that?
Mm-hmm. You should have multiple pages, like your
Okay.
school, your city, and
Maybe that's why I was getting confused. One has so many pages. Okay, sorry.
I have a lot, so I don't know if anyone else has.
I don't have really anything, so.
I just attended the Victor City Council meeting the other night. Everything went well. I think they had everything pretty much already talked out, so. Basically, I just talked to them about better communication and also talked to them about, I'll take the initiative and set up a meeting in October with the mayors and the sheriffs and the representative from us and come up with a possible 3-year contract, so we don't have to go through this, and they were very welcome to that idea, so.
Okay, because I know North English was wanting to do that too.
Yep, so we'll get a meeting. I talked to Rob about getting a meeting with all of them in October. So the 28E was done yesterday. I didn't see it, but Rob did a new 28E, which will be effective July 1st. And it's, he sent it to the mayor of Victor and to the city hall, and they're supposed to have a special meeting on Monday to review it and sign it and get it back either to me or to the auditor's office. Then we can put that on the agenda for next Friday. That works for the chairman.
Yeah.
And that's all I had.
ISAC and, last week ago. Went out to the county lake and we met with our traffic friend, Scott.
County hall meeting?
Carry on. What did I say?
County lake.
It's not quite the lake we were around. And I met also with SNS out there. They're taking measurements about putting tanks, getting tanks, we put them inside. So that
Oh, yeah, good thing. I was gonna ask you about October called me, so. Chad from water.
So instead of putting one big tank outside, I think you can stick several smaller ones inside it and accomplish the needs. That way, inside would be way better than outside. So we don't have to worry about weather and freezing and that's what I think all I had.
I had ISAC too. Did you tell them about the Reno Dry people?
Yes.
Did you talk to them very well in detail?
Yeah?
Did they tell you how it works?
No.
Yeah. So I forgot, I get a call. I need to call some of those courthouses because I forgot about that Bob Yoder. He didn't know anything about it. He's from Washington County.
You might have saved it.
The person explained to me it was some electronical magnetic force that was driving the water out. So I'm very
So
skeptical.
yeah, it would be good to call around them.
Yeah, because he didn't know anything about it.
If it actually worked for 30 grand, it'd be worth it.
It's 40 grand when I walked over.
Oh. Well, which size courthouse did you point to? Which one did you point to?
I said it because he goes, oh, he says 30 for, I go, it's 30 for her.
I get a $10,000 discount, okay?
I go, what the heck?
Did you vet your lashes out?
I have none. Well, yeah, I did mention that. I did forgot. I was gonna call those people to the courthouses. I'm very skeptic about the principles behind it. I never heard of magnetic force.
Me neither.
Water. Not saying it can happen, but
Yeah. Then Wednesday I had Board of Health, I had to call in because kids had appointments. Anyways, nothing too major there. The only thing was there were some policies that were on the agenda to pass and we didn't get them beforehand and obviously I wasn't there, so I didn't have the paper copies and I wanted the county attorney to look them over. I'll pass them around. I have a few concerns with them. You guys can read through them and you'll see my notes on them. And then I had a landfill meeting that night and the health insurance, they're changing some of their health insurance. They're on their own policy and they're changing some of it around to save some money and make it better for the employees, but it's actually gonna cost us less money. But, long story short, John and I were talking about, could they become like the extension office? Originally, it wouldn't save them any money to come on our policy, but now with some of their changes and their rates going up, and then what we offer at the same contribution rate that they, like, if they kept their contribution rate the same, I think they'd save some money.
I would be with us.
And it actually would help us to have 4 more policies to our pool. So, I'm gonna do some numbers for them and see if it would make sense for them to join us, if you guys are okay with that, I guess, but
I'm okay with it.
it makes sense. I mean, the extension office is the same way. They're on our health insurance, but they pay for it all. Like, we don't pay for it. So the more we can add, the better, actually.
Whatever.
And then we voted to, right now, we are open, we're open every Saturday in the summer, April through August. Right? Yes. No. September. Anyways, we voted to go down to the 1st and 3rd Saturdays instead, because basically he did the math of like how many people are coming in and the cost of keeping the employees there and the fuel, whatever. And we're kind of losing some money on some of the Saturdays. So it's going to save like $8,550 by going to those 2 Saturdays. And if we get like flack or if it doesn't work out, the haulers are all okay with it. But if the public has issues with it, then we can go back.
Probably don't always on Saturdays anyways.
I guess they
They're
are.
on Sundays too.
Really?
Yeah.
They're in Amanda's on Sundays, emptying dumpsters.
Okay.
So anyway, so that was that. And then the last thing that I want to talk about on that one is, so we know about the issue with Williamsburg. I don't know if you're up to date with that, but Williamsburg has ABC as their hauler.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've heard.
yeah, and it was in the newspaper, but the city, long story short, they get all of their public works, fire station, city hall, rec center, library, and then the ball field and aquatic center for free, like all the way for free, because it's on their route, like they're kind of coming through the area. And right now that garbage is going to Milan, Illinois. And so the landfill, because you're supposed to take all trash, to Iowa County. The landfill board had issues with it, and then there was a huge scuttlebutt over that I think, a couple months ago. And now they want, apparently there is a Supreme Court ruling that has happened in New York where the county created an ordinance that said all trash has to be brought to the county landfill. And so that gives the landfill board the teeth to be able to enforce that. So they are going to come to us, or Garrett wants to come to us and get on our agenda to discuss us passing an ordinance that all trash has to be brought to the landfill. I have mixed feelings on it personally. I see the benefit for like right across from the landfill in that subdivision that's on our side of the county. There's Johnson County Refuse is hauling it, but they're taking it to Johnson County instead of just bringing it right across the road to our landfill. I'm assuming because they have other trash in there. They don't want to stop, dump and come back. There was also talk about like some issues around Belle Plaine, like some of maybe our trash coming out of county. And I get that, we want to keep it in the county, we want to keep the money up, whatever. But I don't really want to do a whole county ordinance just to have a fight with Williamsburg, like city of Williamsburg. For the last how much was it?
So we can make an ordinance to control private individuals outside of the state limits.
I thought, well, if that question first.
Go across the whole county.
I understand the city part, but I didn't know we had that much control over rural areas.
Yeah, I mean, technically, all trash in the county should be coming to the landfill according to state law.
I don't know, well, I guess I don't have a problem with it.
I thought if it was a commercial contract, they could take it wherever they wanted.
Yeah, I think that's
And
different.
isn't that solved in Williamsburg? Wasn't that solved?
I thought it was solved. I thought we were over
That's
this.
insane. I
But-
think they offered to pay what they were or something.
Yeah. I mean, the most we
Back in
had,
the ABC or whatever offered to pay.
yeah, the highest month was, or the highest week was on February 12th, and that was $29.40 worth of trash. So if that's really the intent of this ordinance, I'm just a little bit leery about passing that just to solve a $30 bill, you know? But I told them I'd be willing to hear them out, and maybe we'll extend farther, maybe it'll be better overall for the county, but
Right now, you don't see a benefit in it.
Is this the last part you got us landfill?
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, just didn't.
Yeah, so. Anyways, if Kevin, you're all good, I'll still have Garrett come in sometime and present it to us.
We don't need to know. All right,
All right, that's it, I think I'm it.
Nicholas?
Good morning.
Morning, Nick.
All right, I think the first one is maybe some bids for pickups. There's all the bids we received.
Is each one of these big envelopes somebody different?
I think, could be, I think, yeah, for a couple. Traded.
They're all spec the same. Did you check that out? So I can read every specific.
They're opening them.
Okay, if it gets close, we'll leave that. So total price of 4 pickups, $174,948.
This is who?
Sorry, this is Tice. I said that right?
174.
Did you bring agendas?
Yeah, they should be making their, John still.
Oh,
Or was Hagen?
got too much stuff on my desk.
Was it 174, what, Kevin?
948.
948, less trade into 6150. Net total, let me know when you're caught up. 168,798.
168.
798.
This is for how many?
4.
Sorry.
You must have them coming here.
Okay, we're good with that one?
Yep.
Thank you.
I got them.
There.
Got that extra office, anybody need one then?
Who's this one?
Well, I'm just a tad confused at the moment.
The first one was, Bell Point, the other ties would be with Blairstown.
It's all right.
No, just in case that was the confusion.
That's the confusion I go.
Are they different makes then?
We did the Chevys from Blairstown and then the Rams out of Elkhorn.
Okay,
Thank you.
so the first one was Rams.
Yep.
Okay. So the Chevys are, 183, 623, and 20 cents. Less trade-ins at 6150. For a net of 177, 473.20. Tice Chevy. Kemper Ford, 185, 975, 20.
The 20 cents. Again,
And then we have $7,000 for trade-in. Net total 178, 975, 20. Everybody good? This is Capper Dodge. 172, 608. $7,000 trade-in. Net total 165, 608. You good? This would be Capper Chevy, I assume.
What was the first one then?
Ford.
Ford,
Oh,
yeah.
Ford.
Ford, then Dodge.
Okay.
This one we show.
Four pickups, 181, 648. 7,000 trade-in. Net total 174, 648. So those prices would include all the extras.
I don't know, I haven't.
Please include pricing for additional options.
So now that we have them, I'd say that you, let me and George look at them and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, because you got, on the bottom sheet here, there's a snow package, running boards, undercoating, spray liners, all-terrain tires that are in addition. It's gonna be easier just to read the other numbers and try to, instead of reading all those other ones out. Some have the snow package as standard, some places, some you price.
Yeah, so I'll get a hold of George and we'll go through them on Monday or Tuesday.
You just start this, sit down, sit. It's gonna take me a minute to get all back in the envelopes again.
You guys have any Dodges now?
If we do, we haven't bought any in a long time.
Yeah.
Not like this anyway.
They used to have quite a few, but I think they got away from the wall, they had some issues.
Did any Tesla bids?
No, he had. Cybertruck?
Somebody got one from county, I see it zipping around.
yeah, there is
I
one.
did have that one on my road the other day.
You?
Guys, I'm gonna head back to work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
All right, this is a resolution, and we'll read a number, but, put stop signs up on 240th Street on each side of G. There's a resolution there, there's a warrant, and pictures.
Where's that at on here?
All right there. Yeah. There, there.
That's that dirt road you were talking about.
Oh.
Intersection of 240th
Oh, I know
Street
exactly what it is. Is that the one that's got gravel on it?
and
Yeah.
GF.
I saw one last week.
Is there a motion to approve resolution 2025-03-21 to install stop signs at the intersection of 240th Street and G Avenue?
I'll make that motion.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Resolution approved. Excuse me. Do you need copies of this?
Can you send that to me in Word doc?
Yeah. Hold on, what? Okay. This resolution number is wrong, why don't you cross it out and just make it whatever you want. This next one is a, resolution. Our St. John's Road was let this week. Manats was a little bidder at $735,718.40. So this is a resolution to approve that for project LFN-102-7X-48. On page 2, you can see all 3 bids, and on page 3 is our bid analysis.
You just want to pass it around before you approve the resolution? Is Manats and Pelling bidding against themselves?
What's that?
Manats and Pelling bid against themselves?
Oh, yeah, and then Inroads, that's, the owner of that is Manat.
Nice.
They're far enough apart, they're probably not talking, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Where's Inroads? Have you used them before?
I don't think so. That's,
I just saw a truck for them the other day, where are they out of?
I think it's somewhere down south a little bit. I don't know exactly.
I'll make the motion to approve resolution 2025-03-21A.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Resolution approved.
And this last one, we'll probably need a resolution number 2 right on top, but this is to amend this year's 5-year plan to put that B77 culvert extension on there. So we'll, I don't know, we'll make it a construction project.
We losing another project somewhere else, or?
No. I don't know if it's technically maintenance or construction, so I just, it fits better financially in the construction.
You didn't remember that one? It's on B. there a motion to approve the resolution 2025-03-21B to amend the 5-year plan to include a culvert extension?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Resolution approved.
Thank you. Your signature down there.
Do you need everyone's signature?
I might pass it around to that. And that might be you. Kevin, did you ever get a hold of anybody by used pickups too? They had those ones.
I'll try again today. I called. They hadn't found me at the time.
Our guys are grading roads, probably gonna start contract rock next week for at least one of the districts. The other two will start on April 1st. We're out there patching the Lake Road. Oh, that's what I did. With the total patcher. Some guys were removing silt fence this week. And we did get silt, I'm sorry, they were removing snow fence. And we did get silt fence removed around one of our old projects, so that's good. And then we still have 2 crews doing riprap and culvert cleaning. And then I'm hoping that next week they'll maybe put some rock on some of the riprap. With us, it's been a bunch of this paperwork and other contracts. We're starting up some bridge design for this fall, and the guys did go out and survey one of the bridges. And a question I have for you guys is, when does that TIF get reevaluated?
Not for 5 years, probably. You get 6
Oh,
years.
we're 2
to
years
spend.
into it.
So I'd say 3 or 4 years most. I mean, at the earliest.
So our project F-52 trail is set to go next year. The remaining TIF money that we have is like $1 million, but to do that road, it's gonna be $3.5 million. It would be super nice if we could use all of TIF money to do that road. If not,
Where are we going from?
Millersburg corner over to, which one's that, Butler Hill, and then south.
Oh, that little section goes south.
Can probably do that too. Or else that, it would be nice to do that, or else it's gonna cost us $2 million in FM funds. And right now, our FM funds are what pay for our contract rock.
But wasn't that part of the, when we did this plan, wasn't that figured in doing this road?
Well, I mean, it's part of it to spend all the money. And so, but when we started that plan, I wasn't planning on using FM for contract rock either.
Okay.
We shifted money away from what we normally do.
So it would be nice to be able to do this. I'm not saying it's not impossible to not do that, but it would be nice. That way we could save the $2 million in our FM funds and keep getting our contract rock out of there.
I don't really want to, because we're pretty far ahead on spending $6 million, and not even taking in what,
I don't
2
know.
million?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that far out. I don't know if we're gonna get that far out
I wouldn't.
in case the rules change, then we're screwed.
That,
That's
or
right.
if something happens.
That's what I'd be worried about. They like to change the rules on this.
The other thing, out of that $6 million, or whatever it was, $5 million, if we don't spend that all, can that, carry over?
Say that again?
So our first TIF was like for $5 million. If we don't spend that all, can it get carried over?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be designated and spent.
In the first 5 years or 3 years or whatever it is, but if we don't spend it, the there's $1 million left, can we carry that over to the next 5 years?
Well, I think it's all in the TIF fund. So, I mean, it stays in there. It doesn't go back, it can't go back to any other fund. It doesn't like
So if
disappear.
I put the F-52 trail, if I put it on hold for 4 years until we get this money, that way we can continue to pay for contract rock.
I think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't know why not.
I would just probably like some firmer dates. If anybody has those or knows how to do that, that way I can program accordingly.
Yeah, we'll probably need to contact Ehlers to be sure, but you have.
Was it a 5-year or a 6-year?
Guessing 5, but I'm probably
That's
not.
what I think. I'm not-
I think it was
And
fine.
I think we're a year and a half in. I think it was signed in September or October of 23.
Because some people can go farther out, but we wanted to only go 5, I thought, because we were worried about rules changing, make sure we don't get overextended. I don't know if you ever noticed, but sometimes the state changes the rules.
Well, then I didn't know if like 2 years in, you could
Why not?
start, yeah.
I don't know if you want to know that. If you want to wait till you get closer to the end.
Because that road is already kind of on the designated trail. I'd like to just keep that one, probably all TIF money. If I pay it for FM and then our next,
So when you do that, you gonna do anything to repair that bridge, or
not at this time.
is there any way we can do to repair the bridge, or we have to replace it?
Well, the reason that the bridge is posted is because of the new logging.
Right, but I didn't know if there's, like other bridges, we've done supports and.
No, it's not. I don't think it has to do with the abutment. I think it's the overall design of the bridge. In 1967, they were considering the super,
That big of loads.
What do you mean logging, or what's that, or what'd you say?
I believe it has something to do with a few years ago, the state, and I think, right, this
Yeah.
could be wrong, but I think it has to do with a few years ago that the state said, like logging companies or whatever can now, on their trucks, have super big axles or a lot more and closer together.
And they changed the load limits for what they could carry.
I gotcha.
So then they got, yeah. So
So
then,
the bridge is still okay, like essentially for a lot of loads, but
Yeah.
technically not for a semi though, right?
I mean, not anymore because we posted it, but if it could handle this, okay. Well, anyway,
I'll look into it here.
yeah, I might just put that road on hold then for a little bit, because it would be nice to use the TIF money to do it, but I know that we want to use, get that road done sooner than later. So. Alrighty, so that's all I have.
All right, thanks, Nick. Have a good weekend.
You too.
See you then.
Everybody's done communications, I believe. Right, Eddie? You were done, right?
Yeah.
I had one more thing. I just saw, I got an email from that counseling place, and it looks like they're ready to move ahead with leasing that building in Conroy with Thornton.
Sweet.
Which I've got more to talk about on that when we do the trustee talk. But yes, because I talked to Tim this week. We need to,
Which Tim?
McNeil.
Oh, okay.
Every time they lease that building, they need to post a resolution. They have it in a meeting and post a resolution by law. I have the code that I can send them, that he gave me, but, they need to start posting it, the lease, especially that one.
And the Hilton Hall every time they rent it out?
Technically, yes. That
But they
one,
can rent it out, they just have to post it, or they have to post it before they lease it.
so I'm talking about, right now I'm talking about the Ledger building.
Right,
That one for sure. He said absolutely they need to post that. Technically, for the, which he was gonna get back to me, and he hasn't gotten back yet. Technically for the hall, it's kind of a gray area question mark, whether or not they should be putting in a resolution. Obviously, that's just not even feasible.
That's what I thought.
So he's supposed to get back to me for sure on, because that
The
kind of
difference between a lease and a rent?
I
is
would think
all,
there would be.
but you sign an agreement with the hall, which is a lease.
Is there a difference between a rental agreement and a lease agreement, or is it the same?
It's the same under, because the code's like, it's actually pretty clear about it. It's like, oh,
What is the point of this rule?
I don't know, but so anyways, when I asked him about, is it a conflict of interest for somebody that's managing the hall rental to be a trustee? That's when he was digging into this and saw that, and he was like, oh, I don't know if we're doing that. So I'm supposed to get a firmer opinion on the conflict of interest and I'll forward, once I get an opinion, I'll forward it to you guys and see what I hear back, but I know for sure for that one, we'll want them to do a resolution.
Well, yeah, and I think Kenton has sent this gal a lease agreement, so.
So, yeah, don't sign it yet.
You can tell Ken that?
Yeah, I can get a hold of him. Should I just have him talk to Tim?
Yeah, maybe, yeah,
Okay, take a step out of the way.
that sounds great. I don't really want to be the middleman.
Okay, so I'm gonna start going down the list if we're okay with this.
Mhm.
Weed commissioner, we're gonna table, I believe, for another week. Is there a motion to approve the township clerk resignation?
So moved.
Is there,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Sorry.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Resignation approved. Is there a motion to appoint the clerk to fill the vacancy?
Do we need to get these things off the table first? Do you want to?
I don't know, actually.
I'll make a motion to take the township clerk resignation off the table. Then we should be taking action. Right, Randy?
All in favor of taking it off the table? Second?
Chris is second.
Yeah, that's it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Sorry, it's off the table. Okay, so now we already have the clerk resignation.
Mhm.
Is there a motion to appoint the clerk to fill the vacancy?
I feel like we should wait till we hear back from Tim. I know, did you call around and get
I
any
did.
information?
I talked to different trustees, so.
I had somebody that wanted to do it. And I don't want to wait too much longer because we don't have a clerk that can't pay bills.
I have someone else do it too, though. And I don't really care, but
Then we need to make a we need to make a vote and make a decision, I believe. Because we don't have no clerk that can't pay anything.
yeah, I just feel like for somebody I feel like if you're managing the funds, the rentals, all that, you probably should be a trustee, not, someone separate. And I feel like for somebody that has put hours and hours and hours of their time to renovate the hall, it would be beneficial to have someone like that on that board and has expressed interest months before this opening ever happened and, is willing to do the training, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, now you said trustee.
Clerk, she'd be the clerk too.
Okay, so last time we agreed, and I don't think you were here, for Matt, so I don't know if we need to make it. We have Matt, you have
Tammy,
So is there a motion to make either one of them? Is that how you want to do that?
I'll make a motion to have Matt Wardenberg be the clerk and the trustee, or can you do both? or not?
Got to be clerk. Is there a second?
I will second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
nay,
Nay.
I'll make it an aye.
Just for the fact that I did some questions around too, and they're both great candidates, and I hope if another appointment comes open, that whoever doesn't get it wants to do it again, because I was going on the same thing as Abby, just that she's already doing all this paperwork and stuff, but either one would be a great candidate, I think, so.
yeah. Hopefully she'll continue to rent out the hall and continue her efforts.
Hilton Township trustee appointment to fill the vacancy. Kenton expressed that he'd like to stay on to train the clerk, but he needs to be a trustee and not the clerk. So is there, and I don't care who you nominate, I'm just stating it all. Is there a motion to appoint a trustee? So
Does the clerk have to be a trustee?
no, clerk cannot be a trustee. Clerk is just a clerk. We don't need.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that for sure either.
So this is to reappoint Kenton?
There's a point Kenton from the clerk to a trustee. So right now, basically, you guys get a vote and everything. I only vote on ties.
So Kenton wasn't a trustee before.
No, he was just a clerk. He'd like to stay on as a trustee.
I'll make a motion to keep put Kenton as a trustee of Hilton Township.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay.
Nay,
Motion approved. There's 2 liquor licenses. The one I never heard of.
Yeah, me either.
The last is the last one.
yeah, so.
I didn't know that place was owned by a place in Hawaii either.
Yeah, it says.
Which place is it? I looked.
The Wasserbomb,
Yes,
but they must own Amica too.
that's the same person that
Well,
owns
I think
Oh, yeah, I think we talked
I
about
can't
this
even, I
last
can't
year.
even, I can't even say it. ELILA, Renewables Incorporated,
it. I thought they were separate.
running Amico.
or maybe it is.
Then they have Hoosier Creek Conservation and Retriever Association.
Yeah, where was that at?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out where it's located. Motion to approve the liquor licenses.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
aye,
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Okay, the Wilmar Consult fee clutch agreement consideration. Something we pass every year.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Retention pay program for regional staff's consideration. This is another thing.
I'll make a motion to
What is-
approve it.
What exactly is this?
That's what I talked about, that the East Central Iowa Board approved a retention program for,
We're getting reimbursed for it.
yes,
Yeah.
it's pass-through money, and what it's made for is there's still gonna be processing that needs to be done, but we also are gonna have people looking for other full-time employment. So this is just an incentive to keep as many people on the process until the transition on July 1st.
Yeah, we don't know, is there an end date?
July 1st.
No, there's not, but there's a, oh, this is a different pay. What about that other pay she gets?
That's gonna be,
Totally separate.
that's totally separate.
We don't know when the end date for sure is at.
No, that's a transition thing, and maybe I'll find more out in the meeting next week, but.
Okay.
And that'll be, I don't know if they've talked to Brandy about that one yet either. Have they, Brandy? That she's staying on till like, right now they projected to September, didn't they? So, but that's not.
It's gotta go like this, that's what you do.
Right.
So,
And maybe it'll end up being a job, I don't know.
Full time?
Still get benefits and everything? How do you figure out how many?
General welfare is going, part of it is going to public health.
Public health. That's what I think, because
That might be something that.
theoretically, you have to put so many hours in to make sure that you consider it full-time, right? If you're not showing up every year, you're still employed.
Well, there's nothing to do.
Well, I think that'd be the board's responsibility, isn't it? The East Central
Mental health.
Region Board.
I don't know.
I think it falls within us.
The way May was talking is like there was,
Also, right, that it seems like everything's constantly evolving. Just like when May was here, we didn't even know anything was happening with this extra 3 months
Right.
until then.
well, that's because it comes up quick.
Right.
I mean, I just got an email from her this morning. I haven't read it yet. I can forward it to everybody, but, so I'm not sure what's going on right now because that disability access thing that they've been awarded, most of the information's about that. Well, that's not even gonna be, we're not even gonna be in that region for that, so I don't even know who's gonna be doing it in our region, because we're gonna be Region 7, that's Region 6.
I guess
So,
it just, I mean, what are the mandates regarding it? I just
Well,
don't
it'll be-
know how you have somebody full-time when there's full-time work to be done.
and we don't know,
Whether
maybe,
we're being backfilled or not.
I don't know what other duties she's gonna be doing though, because not all the people doing her job are going to be retained.
Right.
So she might be doing
Other counties.
other county stuff, so I have a meeting next week, or actually I can just email. May.
So anyway, that's different. But did we make a motion to approve that?
I made a motion to approve the retention pay.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Put a
Authorization.
question mark behind my eye.
Let me get this down, on what I'm gonna ask, so
Okay.
what the duties, full-time question mark, and then how long a duration are we projected?
Yeah, is there a final date?
You said benefits, or is that already?
So they pay the benefits
They
as
do
well.
pay that.
It's just crazy, because she's not getting a lot of information until she goes to a meeting, and all of a sudden, it's different information than what she got before. I feel for
So
her,
I said,
'cause-
everything is very gray and it's constantly evolving.
and plus, I don't think the communication is very cordial at times either.
Okay, we good now? Authorization for Personnel Committee to authorize contract with Secondary Roads Union. We would like to have authority as a Personnel Committee to propose and accept or state execute, because it's getting so late. Most years we'll go into a back and forth thing forever.
Like weeks and weeks.
We'll have to go back to the board, and then we have to wait for the board meeting to do it, and then you guys say something, we go back, and then, no.
And this is their proposal.
Yeah, I prefer that.
So you guys, you get one to everybody?
What?
The proposals?
That's been passed around. I just been worked off.
So at the end, what's that 8%? It doesn't really say, or,
Okay, we don't need to talk about that yet.
no, okay. I didn't know.
We just need,
It just really
approval for us to
goes.
do it, and we are gonna have Ayler's attorney with us, just to try to get it all done on Monday.
Or whatever, yeah. I'll make a motion that, to give the personnel committee the authorization to contract with Secondary Roads Union.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say nay.
Except for I don't wanna do it.
Well, yeah.
It'll be fun. Motion passed. Anything for next week agenda at this time?
Just that 2080 for Victor from Maine.
I don't know about Garrett, if he's coming in right away or not, but
So we'll see what happens.
yeah.
Does Rob need to be here for the 28th?
With the 28E,
Yeah, what you have in there.
I'll ask him.
Ask him if he can come at,
If there's any questions.
10, actually, how about, next week's great. How about 11 o'clock?
Jeez.
Who that's I might be, that's that meeting up in outdoors that day. You think I should probably attend that?
You said you wanted to.
This will be
Yeah,
nothing
I
on
think-
our end.
Yeah, because I think the resolution, there might be a resolution come down next week on that whole lawsuit, so
Yeah,
I better probably go to that.
Okay, which is fine.
So Rob at 11, you said? Okay, I'll get hold of him.
One of them, I got contacted by a company that you sicked on me, that wanted to simplify us making our agenda and taking our minutes. Thank you, I did that same thing, I go, she goes through the process, I go, well, somebody calls and has to, it can be on the agenda and just say here and hey. I go, well, I don't know, how are you gonna simplify that any further?
Sounds to me like it'd be more confusion than it was.
And he wants to call me for 15, I want to take 15 or 20 minutes, I go, how are you gonna make this into 15 or 20 minutes? So just so you understand, I got contacted, I probably told them, no, we're not interested. Because I asked downstairs, how tough is it to do the minutes? No. Okay. Is there anything else?
what do we all have for next week?
Need Laura Saucer for, Ottawa County Development Update. Rachel Peterson is proclamation for sexual awareness month.
Oh, yeah.
Adam Robbie's coming in next week.
Thinks he has COVID.
Rob potentially at 11, and then we need to schedule the budget hearing next week. And then don't forget Wednesday.
Budget hearing is Tuesday, correct?
Monday.
Monday. Monday?
What?
No,
We originally were gonna go Monday. Or sorry, Wednesday is what I had, the
Wednesday.
26th.
Wednesday.
Sorry, I'm thinking,
I was-
I'm thinking union, but budget's Wednesday, right, at 1?
Wednesday at 1.
Yeah.
And that's right over here,
over there.
okay. At 1 o'clock.
What was it?
No, it can't be over there. You need to do it
Why?
because there's some sort of stuff over there.
One of them?
Civil service testing.
Is that what's over here then?
So, yeah, I guess.
They have that.
Oh, yeah, I do have that.
But there wasn't, what was there, like 12 people last time? They'll fit.
There's more chairs in the closet.
But that was the meeting before you guys
I
said
can always give
nobody,
up my
nobody.
chair.
Yeah, they were told. Yeah.
Nobody historically has come to it.
Is there a motion to adjourn then?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are adjourned.
Are you all flying?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I better, hold
My
on.
friend's not on the A game today.
I just-
asking before I start.
Talking about the